It's gone progressive now, which means it's just eating away at me slowly, but it's not much fun. There's so much I wanted to do. There really was in life so much I wanted to do, but I couldn't do it. I can't do it. I can do so, and I'm lucky. I know I'm lucky because I can walk short distances, but it really wasn't what I was planning.
So we've known each other for a long time now, and ever since I've known you, you've had MS. And knowing you so well, I know that there's days when it affects you more than others. But I think to the general person who sees you, they see this healthy, fit person. Perhaps you can tell us a little bit about when you were first diagnosed with MS.
40 odd years, about 40 years ago, my daughter was 18 months old and my son a little bit older. And when they said it was MS and not a brain tumour, I have to be honest, I was relieved. I don't know why. I think it was just that initial reaction, a brain tumour, 2 little ones. It seemed very final. But as time went by, I had several times where I lost the sight of my eye. I had terrible, it affected my balance nerve. And that was pretty horrible because I was now on my own with 2 little children. And when I was so ill, I couldn't stand up. And I couldn't actually get down the stairs and I was throwing up. So the children helped me down, and by then they were about 6 and 8.
Did you have a job at that point?
Not at that initial time, because Laura was she was only tiny. I hadn't gone back to work because I was a nurse and I'd always planned to go back nursing. But their father left me, so it was like priorities. I had to look after myself, I had to look after the children. So I couldn't have coped with trying to do shift work, looking after children and feeling ill. So I decided the best route then was to look after the children myself and maintain some stability for them. Those little children, that they weren't going to see their mum not being able to walk and throwing up and not being able to catch the ball when my eyesight went. And we have had great fun. Those children and I have had great fun, and they take the mickey out of me terribly, but that's fine. And then as life goes on, I managed to get a part-time job in a family business, which wasn't so stressful. And if I'm not in a terribly stressful situation, I can keep pretty well. I don't do stress at all. It sends my nervous system into a complete meltdown, and I drop things and it's hopeless. But we just take every day as it comes. I just get on with it as best I can and try not to live looking back and regretting, because there's nothing I could do.
At its best, what's your day like?
At its best, my day is, I think, pretty average to other people. I as long as I sleep, because I do get absolutely fatigued, I'm crucially fatigued. And there's some mornings I'll wake up and I feel really good, and I'll plan what I want to do for the day, and it'll get to mid-morning and I'll think, I can't do any more. That's it, finished. I got used to it. So, but people do not understand, because they do see me as this upright, fit, healthy person, which I am in all essence. I am very fit, apart from my MS, but there we go.
And at its worst?
Oh, you don't see me. I mean, when I'm feeling really bad, they say, oh, I haven't seen you for a while. No, I haven't been very well. Because I just can't get out. Well, I probably could, but because I feel so lousy, I just can't motivate myself to, because it is an effort. It's such a huge effort to do anything when you feel like that. Just personal care and just feeding and cups of tea.
But even when you're feeling good, you have said that your whole body vibrates.
Oh yeah. I'm sitting here now and it's like and it's very hard to explain and people don't get it. But if you get pins and needles and then they go, you get that sort of tingling feeling in your body. Well, that goes right down. If you imagine going right down my spinal cord and then radiating out into my hands and feet and my legs and my arms and my whole body, that's what it does. And when I get stressed, it does even more. And if I get very, very tired, when I get to bed, it's like lying on a little electric current. It's horrible, because it's as if my body never stops. So it's no wonder I get tired, really, is it? The worst time was when I ended up in hospital not being able to stand, and I had to learn to walk again and to go up the stairs and do things like that. But no, because I'm basically very stubborn, so I won't let anything get the better of me.
And then in terms of research and treatment and things like that, do you follow, the different treatments that are available? And things?
Because it's gone progressive, there isn't an actual treatment that will do much for me. I take a tablet to try and help my fatigue, which gets me through the morning. But if I take 2, it gives me nightmares. So I've given up on the 2. Well, fatigue is every day of my life. And I have to balance what I do, knowing that if I'm doing something later on, I can't do too much in the morning. But when it's at its worst, you really can't lift the television controls, say, to turn the channel over. It's just one thing too much. So you sit there watching something you don't want to watch, which really does, when you say it like in black and white, it sounds ridiculous. But I have been there. And these tablets definitely help, as I say, get me through the morning, and then I'll just sail through the rest of the day with whatever.
Not long ago, you told me about what you decided that you were going to do when you die.
Yeah, because I think at one stage, a couple of years before COVID, I thought I would donate my body to universities, medical universities. And because COVID came and that sort of went by the by. And more recently, I saw an article about donating your brain and spinal cord. They're doing a huge research at the University of London Hospital, and a department called Buzz, which deals with research into MS. That's where I read it, and I read it, and I got the information, and I thought, well, this is a no-brainer. Excuse the pun. That's terrible. But I thought, no, this is so important, and because I've always liked medical stuff anyway, to me, it just follows my life through to the bitter end, and somebody can make use of it. So signed all the forms, sent them back, and I've got my donor card now. So when I peg it, as long as I run over by a bus and it squashes my brain, they can have it.
You say you read that article. Did it take much thinking about?
No, none. I always think, once you're dead, let's face it, once you're dead, you're dead. And I don't want to be more of a waste of people's lives. I want to help. And to me, that's the most constructive thing you can do. So it's not worked well for me. So hopefully by donating, they can look and look and look and hopefully find the reason why.
So if I was to say to you then, what matters most to you when you die?
That my brain and spinal cord can be used for research, hopefully preventing the other people having struggles with MS and them finding a cure, or at least a reason why people get it. They can have what they want because it's no use to me. And really that's all I wish for, and for nobody to get I want people to be a bit upset, but not too stressful for the children. I know they're young adults, but even so, it's quite stressful, isn't it? So that's it, really. That's all I can say.
Given what you've been through with MS and your desire to donate, some people are quite squeamish about that. So what would your advice be for them considering it?
I think try and realise that once you die, they are of no use to you at all, but could make a mammoth, huge difference to the research of getting to grips with the cause of MS and the follow-on treatment.
Given that your condition's progressing, have you given any thought to getting towards the end of your days?
Well, probably selfishly, I want to just stay here. I've actually thought I'd have a stair lift put in, that's fine. And if needs be, I'll just come and live in this room, that I haven't got to go upstairs, and I'll have a shower put downstairs. I can't really envisage living anywhere else. Not saying I wouldn't, but I would like to think I could stay here for a long, long time, unless I get completely, if dementia set in, which can happen with MS. You have a higher incidence, and having had a mum that had dementia, it sort of puts a little bit of added extra onto that. I mean, I like to think I've got another 10 years at least of pottering around here before I have to consider going into some sort of sheltered accommodation. But I would if I had to. Probably with a fight, but oh heavens, I hope I'm never going to be a nasty old person. I won't be a nasty old person, no. Seriously, I don't know. I can honestly say I don't know.
So the most important thing for you at this point in time is planning ahead
Yeah.
for what they're going to do with your body.
Yeah, because I think really the rest of it's, for me, it doesn't matter, does it? As far as I'm concerned, if they can move in here, they can sell it. As long as they don't argue and fall out, then I'll be very happy.